Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name, of course, is Panther. Welcome your faces back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about, do video games cause mass shootings or violence in the community and society? All of that good stuff, and just right off the bat, my answer is no. No, it fucking doesn't, and anyone who says otherwise, you're a fucking retard. I'm sorry for the huge, right off the bat, terrible intro, but it's true. If you really think that violent video games and movies cause violence outside in society, in the communities, then I'm sorry, you're fucking retarded. You're stupid, you're ignorant, you are ignoring years and millions of different scientific research that show there is no correlation between the two. And so, why is it that this always gets pushed? Well, it kind of comes down to basically, everyone in the big britches wants you to see a specific picture. Anything that is outside of that picture, they don't want you to see. So, for example, all of these media outlets, news companies, every single one of them, no matter how you want to look at it, they all have different agendas that they want to push, or they all have a specific agenda that they want to push. And that's just a terrible thing, because if that's how you're getting your daily news consumption or anything like that, how you're seeing what's going on in the world, you're only seeing a specific viewpoint that they want you to see. So when everyone is talking in the media about how video games and violent movies cause these terrible mass shootings and atrocities and terrible things of that nature, and people believe them, that's just furthering the stigma of these things need to be canceled. I mean, Trump said something along the lines of, we need to restrict or pull back on these violent video games, and it's like, you're the president of the United fucking States, and you're continuing in on this behavior. Literally, you can look at any scientific research or any webpage that shows any relevance and credit and relevancy, I guess I could say. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over words because I'm just upset at this topic. But you can look at all of the different research that has been done to show there is no correlation between violent people and shootings. I mean, it's ridiculous. Stop saying that. It doesn't mean anything. I grew up playing these violent video games. Hell, the first shooter I got, it wasn't even, what was it? It was GoldenEye. GoldenEye on the N64. That was the first shooting game that I ever played. And I was like, I don't know, 6 at the time. And here I am, and I'm a working member. I go to work. I work 40 hours a week. I go to work. I come home. I play some video games. But you know what? I've never had the urge to go fucking shoot up a church. And there's my dog getting all upset because people are outside. But it's upsetting, because there's so much proof that shows that it doesn't have any kind of correlation. I mean, there were these terrible things happening in the world before media even was a thing, before there were violent movies, before video games were a thing. What then? What caused it then? You don't fucking know, because you don't have anything to blame it on. And it basically comes down to, here in America, we have shitty stigma on mental health. It really just falls down to mental health. If someone is mentally unstable, or there is something going on with them personally that triggers them, that's going to cause something. But because here in America we say, oh, you've got anxiety, well, you're a fucking pussy. That shouldn't be the case. And it also shouldn't be so hard to get help with all of these mental problems. But no, our insurance companies say, fuck that, we don't care, we're not gonna insure that because it's not real, quote unquote. It's not real? You fucking kidding me? Yeah, okay, tell that to like my 3 friends that I've known who have committed suicide. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And I put all of my heart and soul into, trying to help people at school. When I was back in high school a few years ago, I was part of our school's Hope Squad to try to make sure that anyone who felt sad, or felt like they needed friends, or felt like they just needed someone to be there for them, I would be that person. And so when I hear all of these things, like, I'm 20 years old, almost 21 at this point, and it's just terrible to think about. Going back, I've known 3 friends who have killed themselves, and I tried my hardest, but sometimes, they stay hidden. They try to make it seem like everything is okay, so you don't suspect anything, and then suddenly the next day they're gone. And it's just how do you move forward? How do you fix that? How do you correct that? And it just comes down to, we need better ways of treating people that have bad mental health. We need to stop treating it as a terrible thing to have. If you have anxiety or if you have depression, you shouldn't be shunned by people. You know, you need some special care in a way, and as terrible as it may sound, you know, you don't want attention on you when you have those specific things. You don't, and you don't want people really to know because of these issues, but you have to let people know. You have to tell someone what's going on, otherwise the situation's just going to get worse. And I'm not saying that everyone with anxiety and depression is going to end up being a mass shooter if they have access to guns, but those few people who have specific issues, who are already mentally unstable, and then dive into some crazy thing, some crazy topic like religion or a specific view set, or, you know, just anything can trigger a terrible response. And it comes to basically growing up, what kind of household you live in, what your experiences are, what your life experiences are. Hell, even genetics play a big part in that. I got massive anxiety basically just through genetics. My dad has it, my grandpa has it, his father has it. Like, it's a huge issue that my entire family has always had to deal with. Luckily, no one in my family has gone to the point of committing suicide, but it's still a terrible thing knowing my entire family has this issue, and if at some moment, because of some experience that has happened, they go and do something terrible, and it's awful. So, I mean, I'm not here to get too political. I'm just here to say, stop fucking blaming video games and violent movies. It's not the case whatsoever. You need to get off your high horse if you say that, and do some research. Look at the facts. Don't go on Facebook and ask, hey, is this a thing? Because really, just do your own research. Look at some scientific facts. It's not violent video games and movies. It's mental health. We really need to really push and focus this mental health issue that we have in America. And it's just such a problem that needs to be fixed. So sorry that this was very ranty. I didn't mean for it to be, but I just get really upset when I talk about this topic. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. My name's been Panther, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.